this video, we're going to go over an introduction to the loop action in Foxtrot RPA. This video will touch on a previous script that we created about transferring data. We've previously built out this process in Foxtrot. All of these steps get a value from Excel and then send that value to our RoboForm. So currently we only have data in column B to get sent up into our RoboForm. Let's recap and show you how the data gets transferred in and how Foxtrot clicks the reset button. So we'll go over to our Foxtrot script and press play. And the data from column B will all be brought into Foxtrot and then sent to its corresponding target in RoboForm. Now we only need to do this once, seeing that we only have data in column B. What we should do now is add additional data to columns C and D and show you how to loop through the data and do the exact same process in a loop format to send all data into our RoboForm. So here we'll add data in column C and in column D, reflecting the exact same data that's in column B with the added number to it. So when we come over into Foxtrot, this entire process that we have here, we're going to need to do that same process a total of 3 times in order to send all of our data. So what we'll do is we'll choose our loop action. And in your loop action, you can choose whether to loop it 1 time, multiple times, forever, or through a files and folders list. This is just an introduction to loops. More information will be covered in detail in later videos. So when we look through here, we'll change our exact amount of loops to be 3. We'll then add a note to the bottom saying that we're going to loop through our process a number of 3 times. And if you look closely in parentheses next to the loop action, you will see that it loops 1 of 3 times, showing you that it will loop a total of 3 times. And when you create a loop action, you will have a loop and an end loop that gets created. You will want to place your loop at the very beginning of the actions that you would like Foxtrot to loop through. And you would want to take your end loop action and move it down past the very last action where you would like your loop to stop. So all of these actions between the loop and the end loop will be executed a total number of 3 times. And we'll be taking all of the data from column B and putting it into RoboForm 3 times. So now what we need to do is figure out how we're going to send column C and column D as well. So we'll finish up our loop the 3rd time. Foxtrot will click on the reset button and delete all of our variables. So Foxtrot lets us know that it completed the script 1 time, even though we went through 3 loops of the same actions. So now what we need to do is figure out how we're going to include column C and column D. In our script, before our loop begins, we're going to create a variable, and we're going to name our variable column number. Now we're going to give this a numerical value, so we'll change the type to number, and we'll change the value to number 2. So what this does is we're going to create this variable to start our script on column number 2, and then we will increase that column number every time we run through our loop. So we'll make a notation saying that we're creating a variable that will indicate the column in Excel that Foxtrot will be working with. So we've created a variable with a value of 2. So in our action stating that we're going into cell B1, we're just going to edit that action. And in the column, we're going to add our variable that says column 2. So now Foxtrot will be getting the value from column 2, row 2. And we'll change all corresponding get value actions to reflect this. Now that we have all of our get value actions corrected, at the end of our script, what we're going to do is increase the variable that we have just created. So in the increase variable action, we're going to go down, choose our action builder, and select our variable and increase that value by 1. We'll make the notation of knowing why we're creating a value and why we're increasing it by 1. So now that we have our increase variable action, we don't want to delete all of our variables. We want to keep the one that we just created. So in our delete variable action, we're going to edit that action and delete all variables except the one we just created. So at the end loop, we will go back up to the beginning, increase the variable, and then start on column 3, row 2. So it'll represent column B being loop 1, column C being loop 2, and column D being loop number 3. So now let's rewind our script back to the beginning, press play, and notice how our loop 1 will send the data values from column B, increase our variable to be 3, and we'll send the values from column C, and then increase one more time and send the values from column D. And Foxtrot indicates that it's finished running our script. So now we've gone from running 1 record and 1 column to 3 records and 3 separate columns. So here we'll add more data and increase our loop amount to 6 times, increase our script speed, and click play so you can see how fast Foxtrot goes through all the records. And that is how you create a loop in Foxtrot RPA. Thank you all for watching, and tune in later for more videos.